I'm Molly Armstrong.
And I'm Garrett Weiss.
And welcome to this week's episode of SBSN. Let's get right into our first segment. Now, with the weather changing and getting colder, fashion trends are also going to change.
Like boots.
Our field reporters Hannah and Taryn have a report on fall fashion trends. Out to you, Hannah and Taryn.
Thanks, Molly and Garrett. Hannah and Taryn here, and this week we have some fall fashion do's and don'ts for you.
Now, Hannah, what do you think about those sheer leggings?
Sheer leggings are definitely a big, gigantic no-no. Make sure that your leggings are not translucent, that when you bend over, we do not see skin. And if your leggings are a little bit on the verge and you're not quite sure, make sure your top covers your bottom to keep everything safe.
You know what a good combination comes to my mind whenever I think about fall fashion?
And what's that?
Buns and infinity scarves.
Yes, and definitely. And if you match a good pair of earrings or some hoops or dangly earrings, that looks really good.
Now, I don't think we should be overpowering our outfits.
Definitely not. If you wear bottoms that have a pattern on them, make sure you wear a plain top and do not try and compete with your own outfit. Make sure you keep it simple. Simplicity is key.
Less is more.
Definitely.
Good makeup tips for you girls out there that try to get the right color. Fall makeup like eyeshadows, and I would use a tan, a brown, purple, dark burgundy, and we want to go with the dark colored lips.
Yes, definitely, because you don't want to wear a bright pink and it be all gloomy and cold outside. You want to match your environment.
I agree.
Yes, and boots with boot socks is a good idea if you're wearing leggings and a sweater or something like that. But we don't just want to talk about the girls. We want to talk about the guys too. So some tips for them. Flannels. First things first. Flannels are always a good idea. Always.
Actually, boys, just put on a pair of pants.
Not basketball shorts. Not gym pants. Pants, jeans, please. That's all you have
With
to do.
a pair of Vans, Hannah.
Yes.
I
Good to go.
You know, I know you boys out there, you like those skinny jeans, but you also like those boots for you country boys out there.
And that's fine. Put on a better shirt. Not just a t-shirt every day. Put on a long sleeve t-shirt material shirt and you'll look fine. Wear a polo with a jacket over it. That's something simple, that's layering, and you look fine. And it makes it a little more casual.
What do you want to tell these boys about that No Shave November?
Boys, if you can't grow facial hair, you don't have to try. It's okay. Girls are still going to like you. They're still going to find you attractive. No hair is better than just a little patch that you're trying to pull off. What?
Boys also, you know, layering is just fine for you guys too. If you want to put on a t-shirt, grab a nice flannel, put over it.
Yes, exactly. Simple layering, simplicity. It's not that hard. You do not have to wear an Under Armour hoodie and a pair of Nike sweats every day of your lives, boys.
I agree.
And that's all we have for you guys this week. Back to you, Molly and Garrett.
Thanks, Hannah and Taryn. That was fabulous.
Alright, time for Mcnology again. Here at Python High School, we use yet another web-based application called Socrative. Chance McNally has more with that. Out to you, Chance.
Thanks, Garrett and Molly. This week's tech topic is Socrative.
Socrative is another program that is being utilized here at PHS. This program uses real-time questioning and visualization to get the students more involved in the classroom. It gives teachers instant feedback and also allows teachers to customize their quizzes to fit their students. And this program can be accessed on any smartphone, computer, or tablet. It gives access to core standards and monitors the students' progress. Teachers can also share common assignments with each other and also share resources as well. Socrative also gives teachers multiple tools for grading. Now let's go out to Miss Gilbert's room to see Socrative in action.
I believe as we continue to use technology in the classroom, it will continue to give us the best education possible. This is Chance McNally with SVSN, signing out. Back to you, Garrett and Molly.
Thank you, Chance. That was very interesting. See, I pay attention a lot more when I have my phone.
Yeah, I agree. I think it's a lot easier to learn using our phones because we're so used to having them in front of us anyway.
Now, I can't wear booty shorts.
Neither can the girls. Anyway, more on this issue with our world news reporter, Ruthie Wyatt. Out to you, Ruthie.
Thanks, Molly and Garrett. Today, the school dress code is still an ongoing debate throughout the U.S. between students and staff members.
According to Time.com, more than 160 students at Duncanville High School in Texas were suspended for violating school dress codes. The kids who violated the dress code were the ones wearing the wrong colored shirts, not wearing belts, and had stubble on their faces. This happened just months after the middle school students at a school in Chicago suburbs protested their school rules against leggings. Students and parents argued that teachers and administrators were unfair to tell girls to cover up rather than teaching boys not to objectify their peers. ThinkProgress.org states schools typically justify their dress codes by maintaining that it's important to keep the classroom free from distractions. However, that language actually reinforces the idea that women's bodies are inherently tempting to men, and it's their responsibility to cover themselves up. Students and parents across the country are increasingly pushing back the double standards, saying that it sends harmful messages about gender stereotypes to kids. After all, students were taught that girls need to dress a certain way so they don't distract boys. That ultimately furthers the idea that boys can't control themselves and that unwanted sexual attention is something justified because girls are asking for it. Laura Wiggins from Monton, New Brunswick, said she was called a sexual distraction in early May for wearing a floor-length halter-top dress to class. Her exposed shoulders were deemed too inappropriate for her male classmates to view. Wiggins wrote a letter to the vice principal of Harrison Trimble High School and brought her story to the media, but was then suspended for her efforts. It is believed to be more disrupting to the learning environment to be singled out for the clothes you wear than by how distracting you might look. Sharon Graves McRae said, "As a parent, I get a few years to have a say in some of my daughter's dressing choices because I pay for them. That gives me a little leverage as a parent. The school board, on the other hand, does not pay for her clothing and therefore I feel should have limited say." She also says, "As a young girl, I wore cute dresses my mother sewed for me. They showed my shoulders and my armpits, and there was never an issue. But today my daughter is not allowed to wear the same attire because apparently showing her shoulders might be distracting the boys from learning." If you read Anne of Green Gables, you'd see even then school was a melting pot of hormone reactions between boys and girls. Back then, showing your ankle was a dress code issue. Things just don't change. The protests from these rules are taking more time away from the schoolwork than any of these small infractions would.
Back to you, Molly and Garrett.
Thanks, Ruthie, for yet another very interesting report.
Alright, if any of you didn't get the chance to go see the Junior Musical this past weekend, you really missed out because it was an outstanding performance.
Yeah, if I'm not mistaken, that's actually the first time that a junior musical has sold out a show.
I'm pretty sure you're correct. Now, we have Kennedy Meredith with that. Out to you, Kennedy.
Thank you, Molly and Garrett. Last weekend were the performances of the K-6 musical, The Lion King Jr.
Chad and Jesse Hablitzel directed approximately 43 cast members for the 7th junior musical ever at Piketon. There were a total of 4 public performances this year, contrary to 3 in years past. Opening night was Friday, November 13th. That performance was followed by 2 on Saturday and the sold-out matinee on Sunday. The musical featured familiar songs from the Lion King movie such as The Circle of Life, Hakuna Matata, and Can You Feel the Love Tonight? The sets, the costumes, the makeup, and everything in between were breathtaking.
I myself was able to see the performance on Sunday, and might I say, what a roaring show it was. I'm Kennedy Meredith with SVSN News. Back to you, Molly and Garrett.
Thank you, Kennedy. And for all of you that didn't get a chance to see the Junior Musical, you can still see the High School Musical coming up.
Now it's time for everyone's favorite segment, Wigsy's Word of the Week. Out to you, Wigsy.
All right, class, today we're going to be landlopers.
Yay! We're gonna get pictures!
Thanks, Wigsies! Now, let's take it off to the Sports Center team. But first, let's go be landlopers.
Welcome to the 8th episode of SBSN. Your anchor here, Bradley Sickles.
And your other anchor, Gabe Berkheimer.
And we got basketball, Gabe.
Basketball!
We got the start of the boys' basketball season today. Be Easy is out with the story. Out to you, Be Easy.
Thanks, Brad and Gabe. It's that time of the year again.
Christmas?
No chance. Basketball season. The Streets playing their SBC preview tonight at home. It will feature all the teams from the conference. It'll be a great night for Piketon and SBC boys basketball. It's Bryce Pearson of boys basketball signing out. Back to you, Brad and Gabe.
Thank you, Be Easy, for that slam dunking report. But now, on a more serious note. You know, Brad, not everyone knows the whole story of what athletes go through and the struggles they can face.
You're right, Gabe. There's a lot of athletes that has to go through a certain, doctor appointments just to get cleared to play and stuff.
That's very true. And field reporter Annie has more on a struggle that some people can face.
Out to you, Annie.
Thanks, guys. This past weekend, on November 14th, it was World Diabetes Day. Type 1 diabetes is a chronic autoimmune disease that is usually diagnosed at a young age. So what's it like to participate in athletics with this disease? Well, today I'm here with Braylee Spencer, fellow diabetic and athlete here at Piketon Junior Senior High School. Hi, how are you?
I'm good, how are you?
I'm good. So, how old were you when you were diagnosed with diabetes?
I was 7 years old when I was first diagnosed.
Okay. So, what types of sports over the years have you played?
I play soccer, futsal, and I ran track for a little while.
Do you think that diabetes dramatically affected your performance in any of these sports?
Absolutely. Every game I have to make sure to check my sugar before, during, and after the game, and I often have to sit out of whole halves because of my diabetes.
Do you think that because of this disease, it's more common for children not to want to participate in high school athletics?
Absolutely. In fact, diabetics have such a drastic rate of actually passing out on the field due to a blood sugar drop. Coaches are hesitant to play them. So, children are often discouraged not only by themselves, but by their environment to play this sport.
All right. Well, that's all I have for you today. So, thank you for tuning into this episode of SBSN. I'm Annie Nickel with SBSN Sports. Back to you, Brad and Gabe.
Thank you for that story, Annie. You know what, Gabe? I hate to say it, but that's all we have for today's episode. But next week is Thanksgiving. Are you excited for turkey?
I'm very excited, and Thanksgiving is one of my favorite holidays, Brad.
It's because you get to eat a lot, right?
Indeed.
Well, anyway, I'm your anchor, Bradley Sickles.
And I'm your other anchor, Gabe Berkheimer.
And to all of you out there in the valley, keep it classy.
Drastic blood sugar. Oh my god!
That's it. Let's get
No, go into that room. Go into that room. Wait, the cameras aren't in here, are they?
The cameras are in there!